Hello Subaru collectors in cartoon form. We have an old Choro-Q, I believe, because it's literally just raw blue plastic, it's not even painted. And this is the Subaru Alcyone, or in the States it would be called the Subaru XT. I remember this car slightly. It's such a wedge design, it's hard to forget this thing. It looks like a 1970s like Sid Mead drawing or something like that. Since I don't ever see anyone making this in 1/64 scale, I figure I'll talk about it. This thing was available between 1985 and 1991, and then this thing was powered by a 1.8 liter flat 4-cylinder, or possibly a 2.7 liter flat 6-cylinder. You know, Subaru makes flat engines. And then it had a lot of features, like an airplane-inspired cockpit, and it actually had an air ride suspension that was adjustable, like a luxury car. So that's pretty interesting. It had a lot of technological things going for it. I just remember it because look at the thing. It looks like a doorstop. So a really crude doorstop. But I'm liking these wheels. I mean, they're so like retro in these wheels as well. I almost want to 3D print some of these wheels. Maybe I'll do it another day. But I have some wheels kind of sort of angular like that. We're going to swap them out because I don't really like the standard ChoroQ wheels. You get bored of them. They're just on almost all of them. So, alright, well, yeah, as I mentioned, the blue here is just raw plastic. You know, there's no clear coat. It's just the way it is. You can never see the roof is a separate piece, and there's a molding sprue right there. Very tight panel gaps though for whenever this was made, which I don't know. Maybe we'll find out when I open it. And I don't know, there was probably a sticker here, but it was taken off by the previous owner. No paint, you know, no additional paint for the markers, or even black paint in here. So it's a really basic toy. No paint for the taillights. But I haven't seen them do this casting with more modern paint apps. So probably because it's such an obscure subject. Okay, well, let's try to spruce it up a tiny bit. Put some different wheels on. Maybe later I'll go back and add some paint details. So when I pull this out for a different review, you'll see the advancements there. Okay, this tab in the back is always a problem. Try to push it out with my phone tool here. There we go. I think that got it. Alright. Yeah, that's a tight fit. Alright, so the canopy is a separate piece, and then that roof piece is a separate piece on top of that. Now the bottom, let's see if we have a production thing here. We do. Good. Alright, so if you're in the market to buy this, we know this is from 2001. In the 5th month. So this is a 20-year-old toy, so that might help you judge whether or not the price you pay for it on eBay or wherever you find this thing, you know, if it's good or not. I didn't pay too much for this, but that's why I bought it. But clearly it's lacking a lot of details compared to other ChoroQs, so keep that in mind. Alright, so I got that snapped back. Let's get this thing screwed together, and we'll put some putty, use some putty to mount some wheels. I think I just stripped the thread there. You gotta try to find the thread first. Okay, so I don't know where these wheels came from. They came in a grab bag of wheels for Hot Wheels, and then I swapped tires over from a different ChoroQ. But they're kind of angular, kind of like that first photograph. Not as many spoke holes, unfortunately. Direction. Too much camber. There, that's how much I want. Alright, so naturally I don't know why my spin machine won't work. Did this thing break finally? Oh, there it is. The switch is going bad or something. It was a cheap spin machine. I don't have a 1/64 scale Subaru remotely looking like this. I only have Imprezas, but I do have some other wedged vehicles. So here's a BMW M1, definitely a wedge. And that's by Kyosho. This Kyosho is an Alfa Romeo Carabo super wedge. And this Kyosho is a Lamborghini Bravo. So these are more like 1970s, early 80s cars, I believe. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if the stylists at Subaru took some influences by these Italian, German supercars. Alright, let's get these out. And then Choro-Q wise, boy. I got this Subaru Impreza Choro-Q with some 3D printed wheels. This is a Wanda Coffee freebie with some 3D printed wheels. And then here's another wedge design, like a Toyota MR2 with some Hot Wheels. Alright. So Choro-Q again, you know, reminds me of the past. They made a lot of weird, interesting subjects, you know. So this could have been a really popular car. I don't think they made too many of them. They probably lost money making these cars with all the technology they jammed into this thing. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.